Hello traders, this is Day Trader Matt with a businesswithtrading.com doing an E-mini trading room recap for Friday the 26th of April. And today we saw a small little gap down, some choppy market, and then it finally just fell and fell again, kind of like a step ladder kind of. Today we had 4 trades and we actually pulled 4 points out of the market. This morning was the GDP figures came out, and when those figures came out we did basically hit this level down here and then came right back up and then basically opened with a gap down. GDP came in a little worse than expected. Basically what we did today, we watched the markets for the first few minutes like we usually do, and I decided to take a short up here around 9 and flattened up very quickly. Took about a point with one contract on that one, very quick trade, and then we kind of just watched this to see what it was going to do. It definitely bought up pretty well, and right here we did grab a short at 0.5 here. We did flatten up down here at 975, and the market did come back up. It didn't come back up to 0.5, but it did come pretty close. It came a tick from it, so flattening up was a good idea. And then it just kind of sold off. It continued selling off, and what we did is sold down, bought back up. We shorted one contract right here at 675 on the way up. We were going to take another one, but I was a little slow in calling that trade out. We weren't able to get it, so we were just short the one contract, which still worked out fairly well. We still were able to take profit on that. Took about a 0.25 on that one, and then we kind of just watched the market go sideways for a good hour. Very, very boring there. Then we grabbed a short down here at 4.25, and we were, basically took the entire trade off at 375 there. So half a point each. Not the best day ever, but still a pretty decent day. We had 4 points on 4 trades, so not too bad at all. I wanted to talk about what I showed in the room Thursday. I was talking about this level here, talking about a trade down here. That's exactly what we got. Let me show you what happened today. Well, actually, by 12 o'clock we hit 2.5, and you can see that was basically the low. It bought up and now it's selling off, and I do believe it's going to sell off a little bit more. But that's what I do in the room. I try to show what I think the market's going to do, the highest probability of this is most likely what's going to happen. This is what I think's going to happen. And that way when everybody comes into the room, they have an idea of what I'm looking for. They can see the chart, and then after I start talking, I can say, hey, I have a bias here, I have a bias there. And I think that does help, having a bias. A lot of books and a lot of things that I hear, forums, they say do not have a bias, do not. And the reason why they say that is because they can't have a bias and then have a trade. Just because you think the market's going down doesn't mean you have to short the entire day. There are days where I think the market's going to go down and it's just not going down, so something's wrong. So that's when you have to reevaluate things. Is the market really going to sell off, or is that just what I'm thinking? That's really what's going on. When you're driving in your car, you're going somewhere, well, you have a destination in mind. You know where you're going. Maybe you've been there before. then you know how to get there. Maybe you haven't been there before. You have to use a map or GPS or whatever. And it's the same thing with trading. You can have your map, you can know where you think you're going, but if you've never been there before, nothing's familiar to you, then you kind of have to go with what you see and know or hear, and trading's sort of that way. You go with a little less of what you hear, but more of what you see and feel. And the driving directions, you're going to go more on what you hear because someone else has been there before and they can tell you how to get there. But we also have the GPS, we can just pull it up on our phones and that can tell us as well. So it's similar but a little different, but hopefully that makes sense a little bit. And I wanted to show that chart, show what I do for the members. I usually update it a couple times a day. That way they know where we're at in the morning, they know where we're at in the afternoon, and if anything changes, I try to update it whenever I can as well. So wanted to show that, wanted to give that story. Hopefully you got something out of the video. If you did, you can always put a comment under the video, if you liked it, if you didn't like it. Any comment's a good comment. So if you want to comment, feel free to. A lot of people like to email me directly, support@abusinesswithtrading.com. You can definitely do that as well. Any question is good, whether you ask it in a forum, atmosphere, privately. I just enjoy that you ask the question. I always feel there's no such thing as a dumb question, only the question that's not asked. And if you have a question, ask it. That's what I'm here for. That's what the whole site is based around. Trying to help out people the best that I can, and to try and provide knowledge and show that trading, being a successful trader is definitely possible. And that's what I try to do. Yesterday was a losing day. I document that. Today was not a losing day, and I document that as well. And that way everybody can see, hey, this is what goes on, because it's impossible to have a successful day every single day, especially if you've been trading for over a day or over a week or over a month and over a year. If you have a year of trading, your first year of trading, you trade every day and you never had a losing day, then I don't know, you're probably making that up, because it's pretty impossible to do that. And the great thing is, the members of the room, they come in with that knowledge, and it's pretty cool. They are, I teach them a little bit, they teach me a little bit. And what's cool is I get to learn about different areas and where they live at and everything, and it's just pretty cool. It's I have a lot of fun. I've totally enjoyed it. They say if you do something that you love, you really don't work, and that's really what trading is. To get started, you really need a passion for it, because it's going to drain you. You're going to have some days that you're going to hate trading. When you first start out, is what I'm talking about. And then eventually you're going to have days where you love it. And then it's going to be like a love-hate thing. And then you're going to, your passion's is what's going to take you through all of those steps. And it's going to take you through your journey. Your passion's going to motivate you. And then eventually trading is going to be a little bit boring, and that's when it clicks, and that's when you know that you can do it for a living. So anyway, hopefully all that was good for you. Hopefully you got something out of what I was talking about. Probably jumped around a little bit, but I like to do it in an open forum rather than have a script that I read. I think it's better for me, and I think it's better for listeners as well. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and end. Have an awesome weekend, everyone. Thanks for listening. See you back here on Monday. Thank you.